Yeah, we're almost rubbing the top of the honey with the frames. So I gotta drain it out. This is honey I'm harvesting. So this is an extractor. You melt the caps off, put it in here and spin it, and then you get the honey out. And the only problem with this is they should have had this higher, because when the honey fills up down there, it'll drag and then it can't spin fast enough. So you end up having to fill up your jars more often. Oh yeah, pull these out. They had some blizzard weather south of me, but where I live, we didn't get any snow, so it's actually pretty nice out up here. It's cold and windy, but no precipitation of any kind. And next week it's supposed to be up in the 60s. So that box is done. Let's see. This one's gonna be tricky because it's a deep. Usually the honey boxes are these smaller ones like that, but I ran out of boxes like that last year and had to put some of these big ones on. Let's see here. This one. These are beehives. I usually harvest this stuff in the fall, but I was too busy. So now I'm harvesting it because in about a month or so, I'll be getting my bees for this year, which, I mean, it wouldn't affect them anyway, but I at least want to harvest last year's honey before I get started with new bees this year. Let me turn the flash off there. So now I gotta see. This was a goofy box last year. I think some of these are short frames. It's a deep box, but I think some of the frames are short ones. Let me see what we got. I might make a mess trying to put this out. Because these bees were just crazy productive last year. Come on. Let's see, did that break it or is it coming out? Okay, yeah, that's gonna make a mess. Because see, I have the short frame here in a deep box, so then they keep building on the bottom. And I don't know if you can see in there. That's all comb that's just like free. That they built on the bottom of this frame. Let's see. Yeah, that gives you a better idea. You can see where the frame ends, but they just kept building, so it's gonna make a little bit of a mess, but I'll have to just deal with it. I wanna get, let's see, I think this is yeah, that's a deep, but they didn't hardly, I mean, they filled it about halfway up. So I probably won't do anything with it. Look, might just be doing the short frames out of this box like that. break that comb off. Comb's empty, but they capped off the honey. Have I ever hurt the bees? They get hurt probably every time you go in there. There's so many of them, you just can't help but squash some. But you try not to. I use a smoker to make them go down in the hive, so they're less likely to get hurt. Okay, yep, there's another one they built onto. Let's see. Yep, another one they built. But I don't know if any of these deeps have enough on them to do anything. I'll probably just leave it. In the spring, a lot of time you have to feed your bees until the flowers start producing food, at least where I live. But if I have deeps with some honey on them from last year, I can just put that in there. And this one, that frame is kind of broke. I should still be able to spin it, but they didn't fill it out real good. They were busy building comb. Let's see, okay. And that has nothing on it, so just use something mint scented. I know when I harvest, like when I'm harvesting at the end, I use an escape board that it's easy to get out of, but it's hard for them to get back in. And so that helps, not hurting the bees, but just throughout the year when I do inspections, or especially when I have to add another box, they just won't stay off this rim here. And I put the next box on. I try to do it slowly from one end, but I can always hear a few getting crunched in there. Okay, so I guess I need to just cut this comb off of these. Let's see. This was huge. I'm not sure how that one's gonna spin. Probably not too good. Let's see. Are there any eggs in the parts I'm cutting off? No, so I use a queen excluder. Some guys do that, some don't. Actually, I have one over here. So that's a queen excluder. And what that does is these holes are big enough for the worker bees to get in and out of, so they can store up honey in there. But the queen can't get in there to lay eggs. So there's no eggs in here. It's all just honey. The bottom two boxes, the deep boxes, she stays in there and just lays eggs to keep the colony going. But the tops And the shorter boxes are all just honey because she can't get up there. And then this is the escape board I use. So you put it in like this with the hole up. And so the bees, it's easy for them to get out because they go through this hole and then they walk out, you know, one of these ends or something. So that's a lot easier for the bees to get out. But then when they're trying to get back in, they get confused. And so usually when you pull these boxes off, there's just a few bees in there and you can blow them out. And that's how you keep yourself from getting stung or, you know, having them swarming around. And then you keep from hurting the bees too. No, I don't do the bees for a living. I tried that a little bit, and then black bear came and destroyed a bunch of my hives. So I just do it as a hobby now, just on the side. I just like doing it, and I feel like having bees helps our garden, and we have some fruit trees and stuff. Seems like having bees close by might help them pollinate better and produce more stuff. Photography, yeah, I know a guy that does like film and pictures. He does a lot of weddings and stuff like that. I've never been good with either one of those things. This heat gun just melts the wax caps off of the cells. So the bees cap it, you know, it's kind of like storing it, canning it. And some people, there's a tool like with claws, I guess, that you can scrape to open it. Some people use a hot knife to cut it open. I just use a heat gun to melt open these caps. So when I put it in the extractor, the honey will, you know, come out. It's still pretty cold though, because it doesn't flow out of the extractor as good as it does if I harvest this stuff in August, then it goes a lot faster. I don't do much for games. I guess me and my wife play chess sometimes. just simple board games. But when my kids get older, I might get into like video games and stuff, because I know I used to play those as a kid. They might get into it when they get a little older. Yeah, video games. Like growing up, I played Ocarina of Time. I'm trying to think. I really like the Zelda games when I was growing up. Yeah, it seemed like the games they made then were kind of like that was a special era of games to me anyway. Might just be nostalgia, but so Pokemon, I played it a little bit growing up, and then my parents got into the whole Pokemon's evil thing, and so they took it away. So I wasn't really able to be into it much growing up. But now my son watches Pokemon. He doesn't play the games yet or anything, but he watches the anime, and he really likes it. And I don't have a problem with it, now. Favorite song? I have to think about that one. Because for me, I actually like the shop music, the shooting gallery music, and then I can't remember if the Bomb Chew game had a separate song from like the shooting gallery. I like that kind of music in the game. Probably Song of Storms was one that I liked on that was that Link would play. shoot. Yeah, it's too full now. I can't hardly spin it. Okay, so have to get some jars ready. And then I'll have one here. Just here. Nice thing about honey is I don't actually have to seal these in a hot bath like canning vegetables. Just put it in the jar and it's good. Okay, let me get this set up. Okay, that should be good. There. It's coming up really slow. Oh, I do have my speaker. move this without making a mess. Always make a mess. I think I'll try to do one more jar after this one. I'll switch to this jar and do it, and then that should have it low enough, hopefully, to spin the frames that are in there. Come on. Okay. big piece of comb fell through. That's gonna plug it up, make it take even longer now. These are quart jars, so this will be 3/4 of a gallon of honey, so that should give me some more space to work with in here. Whoa, jeez. I didn't realize it was almost spilling out of the strainer. Okay, good. Shut that off. Close that up. We'll see how this goes. I might have to get at least start a 4th jar just to empty the strainer out. Let's see if I can wipe that clean. I'm gonna see if there's some music I can play without getting a copyright strike too. Should look at that. I was streaming on a different app that has built-in background music, but YouTube doesn't have that. Oh man, it's just taking forever. Let's see, that's see where it's at now, level wise. If I can without making a mess. I guess we'll see. Should be able to spin those 4 frames at least that are already in there. I got 12 more frames to go. I'm trying to hold this in ways so that the honey can go places that aren't clogged up. And maybe it'll flow a little faster. I'm not sure if that's helping or not. Might have to just scoop the jar, top of the jar. Okay. Let's see if I can just run out of this. All right, let's see. battery's dying. Okay, well. All right, finally. Got that. Okay, I don't know. I guess I'm just not going to be able to have any music playing while I'm doing this. I'm not sure if it's. Let's see, this thing should be charging, so it's supposed to play while it's charging, but I don't know. Just let it plug for a while. Keep going in silence here. Okay, so that jar's done. Somehow something got through my strainer on that one. There. So I gotta fix these now. They fell over. That's my heater kicking on. All right, should be good. much that bounces? It's because the frames aren't, you know, if they're more equal, close to equal weight, it's smooth. But if one's heavy, one's light, it just throws it off. Now the other sides. Whoops. All right, let me put this down. There. Okay. Let me find my rag here. Hands are getting sticky and this thing's getting sticky. Much more even now that it's flung out a lot of the honey. They're not as heavy and it's smoother now. Okay, get this frame ready. This one, I'm not sure how that's gonna do. See how fat it is? They're usually a little closer to the frame, you know. This one's out there, especially that side. Okay, This is my last box. We did all those. Those two go with that yellow box, and then this one. Then I'm done till this late summer, early fall. Okay. So you can maybe you can see it's empty now. All those cells are empty. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that should be right. Let me try this again now. Oh yeah. Let me move this so I don't knock it over. Those frames are so out of weight compared to each other that this thing's gonna be bouncing like crazy. Man, I'm starting to drag in the honey in there. Shoot. Yeah, it's really dragging in there. Jeez. Nope, there's no way I can spin it, so I'm gonna have to harvest some more out and then start spinning again.